You know how you're always saying, I need to plan ahead in life? Well, I've got a plan for our future. Step 1, I transfer to your university in Manila.
I'm not.
Roomies!
Joe, stay off the mic.
It's not going to work because
Step 2,
I'm going to Caltech
Wait, what?
in America.
It's exciting!
Joe, the chicken!
You're okay?
Oh my God, the chicken!
Yep. Guess we gotta make our last night count. Best friends for life!
Real bad, yeah, grab her own car. Know my girl gon' get it. Now she dance, me, she throw it out and come back in.
I have to go all the way to the US for school.
We're not kids anymore, Joe.
Well, at least we made some good memories. Risa!
Where are we?
Your hair!
What about it? Mom's gonna kill me! I can't remember a single thing about last night. Can you?
Welcome to Forgotten Island.
Are you some kind of cool were-dog? Do you transform during a full moon or at will?
It's personal, okay? I'm sorry, I can't control it.
Okay, what's going on?
Okay. Last night, I was finishing my beach body workout. Suddenly, this portal opened up, and you guys were like, incredible! Wapoosh! And I was like, wapoosh! 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 Wapoosh!
Focus!
That's when
This place may seem like a paradise, but it's dangerous. She's a demon who feeds on memories. You could forget everything.
Even each other?
You'll be stuck here forever, like the rest of us.
Funny thing about memories, when you tear them away, they never come back.
These are our memories.
We are going home.
best friend.
I will never forget you.
My best friend.
Hold on to your breath!
Statistics, I go full dog.
Full dog.
Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to Hollybuzz. We're thrilled to have you with us for another exciting movie deep dive. If you're passionate about animated adventures, hidden worlds, unforgettable characters, and beautifully crafted storytelling, then you've come to the right place. Today we're taking a closer look at one of the most anticipated animated films of 2026, Forgotten Island. This upcoming movie has already attracted attention for its mysterious title, breathtaking animation and adventurous atmosphere, making it a film that many animation fans are eagerly waiting to experience. In today's video, we'll explore everything you need to know about Forgotten Island 2026. We'll dive into its story, genre, production, cast, creative team, hidden details, behind-the-scenes facts, development history, animation style, interesting trivia, and much more. Our goal is to give you a complete understanding of the movie without unnecessary repetition. So whether you're hearing about Forgotten Island for the first time or you've been following its development for months, this video will have something interesting for you. Animated movies have evolved far beyond simple children's entertainment. Today they combine emotional storytelling, stunning visuals, imaginative world building, and meaningful life lessons that audiences of all ages can enjoy. Forgotten Island appears to follow that tradition by promising an exciting adventure filled with mystery, exploration, and unforgettable moments. While many details are still being revealed, everything we've seen so far suggests that this could become one of the standout animated releases of the year. So sit back, relax, and join us as we begin an exciting journey into the fascinating world of Forgotten Island, 2026. If you enjoy detailed movie breakdowns, animation news, behind-the-scenes stories, and complete film analysis, make sure to stay with us until the very end, because we've got plenty of interesting information to share. Now, without wasting any more time, let's begin our complete exploration of Forgotten Island 2026 here on Hollybuzz. Forgotten Island 2026 takes viewers on an unforgettable adventure that combines mystery, exploration, friendship, survival, and self-discovery into one exciting animated journey. At its heart, The movie follows a group of characters who find themselves connected to a mysterious island that has remained hidden from the rest of the world for generations. As they begin exploring this unknown place, they gradually uncover ancient secrets, forgotten civilizations, extraordinary wildlife, and mysteries that have been buried for many years. Every new discovery brings fresh challenges, making the adventure larger and more dangerous than they ever expected. The movie explores the excitement of stepping into the unknown. Instead of staying in familiar surroundings, the characters must navigate strange landscapes, mysterious forests, hidden caves, towering cliffs, and breathtaking natural environments unlike anything they have ever seen before. As they travel deeper into the island, they encounter unexpected obstacles that test not only their intelligence and courage, but also their ability to work together during difficult situations. And the story constantly reminds viewers that true adventure begins where certainty ends. Another important aspect the movie covers is the power of teamwork and friendship. Throughout their journey, the characters come from different backgrounds, possess different personalities, and often disagree with one another. However, as the challenges become more dangerous, they realize that survival depends on trust, cooperation, and supporting one another instead of acting alone. The movie demonstrates that every individual has unique strengths, and when those strengths are combined, even the most difficult obstacles can be overcome. The film also spends considerable time exploring the mysteries surrounding the island itself. Why has it remained hidden for so long? Who once lived there? What happened to its forgotten civilization? Are the legends surrounding the island actually true? Rather than answering these questions immediately, the story gradually reveals clues, allowing audiences to solve the mystery alongside the main characters. The sense of discovery keeps viewers engaged from beginning to end while encouraging them to pay attention to even the smallest details. Nature plays a central role throughout the movie. The island is portrayed as a living world filled with unique ecosystems, colorful landscapes, exotic plants, unusual animals, and breathtaking scenery. Instead of serving merely as a backdrop for the adventure, the environment becomes an important part of the narrative, influencing every decision the characters make. The movie highlights both the beauty and unpredictability of the natural world, showing that nature can provide shelter, guidance, and inspiration while also presenting unexpected dangers. Another major theme covered by the film is personal growth. As the adventure unfolds, each character is forced to confront fears, make difficult decisions, and accept responsibilities they never expected to face. The journey changes them emotionally as much as physically. By overcoming challenges, learning from mistakes, and discovering inner strength, they become more confident, mature, and resilient individuals. Their transformation is one of the emotional foundations of the story. The movie also introduces elements of ancient history and lost knowledge. Scattered throughout the island are mysterious ruins, forgotten structures, symbolic artifacts, and clues left behind by people who once called the island home. These discoveries gradually reveal that the island holds a much deeper history than anyone initially imagined. Every artifact and hidden location contributes another piece to the larger mystery, encouraging viewers to remain curious about the island's true past. In addition to adventure and mystery, Forgotten Island balances its story with moments of humor, emotional connection, suspense, and heartwarming interactions between its characters. These quieter scenes allow audiences to build emotional connections with the characters before the next exciting challenge begins. This balance prevents the story from becoming repetitive while making the adventure feel more meaningful and emotionally satisfying. Ultimately, Forgotten Island 2026 covers far more than a simple journey to an unexplored place. It explores courage, friendship, curiosity, survival, responsibility, the importance of protecting nature, the excitement of discovery, and the idea that the greatest treasures are not always material possessions, but the knowledge, relationships, and personal growth gained along the way. By combining breathtaking animation with mystery, emotional storytelling, and exciting adventure, the movie promises to deliver an unforgettable experience for audiences of all ages. Forgotten Island 2026 is not limited to a single genre. Instead, it combines several genres that work together to create a rich and engaging cinematic experience. At its core, the movie is an animated adventure, but it also blends elements of fantasy, mystery, family entertainment, action, and coming-of-age storytelling. This combination allows the film to appeal to both younger audiences looking for excitement and adults who appreciate emotional storytelling and imaginative world building. The movie's primary genre is adventure, From the very beginning, the story revolves around a journey into an unexplored and mysterious island that is filled with unexpected discoveries and dangerous challenges. Rather than remaining in one place, the characters constantly travel through unfamiliar environments, cross difficult terrain, solve mysteries, and overcome obstacles that push them beyond their comfort zones. Exploration is the driving force behind the narrative, making adventure the foundation of the entire film. Another major genre is fantasy. Although the island may appear to be an ordinary place at first, the story gradually introduces magical elements, ancient legends, mysterious locations, and extraordinary discoveries that cannot be explained by normal reality. The island becomes a world where imagination replaces ordinary logic, allowing the filmmakers to create breathtaking environments, fascinating creatures, and unforgettable moments that transport audiences into a completely different universe. And the movie also contains strong elements of mystery. Throughout the story, the audience is constantly encouraged to ask questions. Why has the island remained hidden for so many years? What happened to the people who once lived there? What secrets are buried beneath its forests, mountains, and ancient ruins? Instead of revealing every answer immediately, the film slowly uncovers clues, allowing viewers to solve the mystery alongside the main characters. This gradual revelation keeps the story suspenseful and maintains curiosity from beginning to end. Another important genre is family entertainment. Although the adventure includes danger and suspense, the story is designed to be enjoyed by audiences of different ages. Children can appreciate the colorful animation, exciting exploration, and humorous moments, while older viewers can enjoy the emotional depth, meaningful relationships, and life lessons presented throughout the journey. This balance makes the movie suitable for family viewing without sacrificing the complexity of its storytelling. The film also incorporates action into its narrative. As the adventure progresses, the characters face dangerous situations that require quick thinking, courage, and teamwork. Whether escaping natural hazards, navigating difficult landscapes, or confronting unexpected threats, these action sequences increase the excitement whilst maintaining the emotional focus of the story. Rather than relying on non-stop action, the movie carefully balances thrilling moments with quieter scenes that allow the characters to develop naturally. One of the film's most meaningful genres is coming of age. The adventure is not only about discovering a mysterious island, but also about discovering inner strength. As the characters face increasingly difficult challenges, they learn valuable lessons about responsibility, trust, leadership, perseverance, and self-confidence. Their emotional growth becomes just as important as the physical journey, giving the story lasting emotional impact. Visually, the movie embraces the strengths of animated cinema, allowing the filmmakers to create locations, creatures, and environments that would be impossible to achieve in live-action filmmaking. Animation gives the creative team complete artistic freedom to design a vibrant world, filled with spectacular landscapes, imaginative creatures, and breathtaking visual detail that enhances every aspect of the adventure. Overall, Forgotten Island 2026 successfully blends adventure, fantasy, mystery, family entertainment, action, and coming-of-age storytelling into one exciting animated experience. Rather than focusing on only one style of storytelling, the movie combines emotional character development, thrilling exploration, imaginative world-building, and meaningful life lessons to create a cinematic journey that promises excitement, wonder, and unforgettable memories for audiences of all ages. Forgotten Island 2026 is an upcoming animated adventure that promises to transport audiences into a mysterious world filled with exploration, ancient secrets, breathtaking landscapes, and unforgettable discoveries. Rather than focusing on a simple journey from one place to another, the movie presents a much larger adventure in which every new location reveals another piece of a hidden world that has remained untouched for generations. The story combines exciting exploration with emotional storytelling, creating an experience that is designed to entertain viewers, while also taking them on a meaningful emotional journey. At the center of the movie is the mysterious island itself, which serves as far more than just the setting of the story. The island is portrayed as a living world with its own history, forgotten legends, unusual wildlife, hidden pathways, ancient ruins, and countless mysteries waiting to be uncovered. As the characters venture deeper into this unexplored land, they gradually realize that the island contains secrets far greater than they originally imagined. Every discovery opens the door to another mystery, encouraging both the characters and the audience to keep exploring. Unlike many animated films that focus primarily on humor or fast-paced action, Forgotten Island appears to place equal importance on atmosphere, world-building, and emotional storytelling. The film carefully balances moments of excitement with quieter scenes that allow viewers to appreciate the beauty of the island and develop meaningful connections with the characters. This balance creates a more immersive experience, allowing the audience to feel as though they are exploring the island alongside the protagonists rather than simply watching events unfold. The movie also emphasizes the excitement of discovery. Throughout the adventure, the characters encounter unfamiliar environments, mysterious structures, forgotten civilizations, and remarkable natural wonders that challenge everything they thought they knew about the world. Instead of providing easy answers, the story gradually reveals information through exploration, encouraging curiosity and rewarding careful observation. This approach keeps the audience engaged while preserving a constant sense of mystery. Visually, Forgotten Island aims to deliver a spectacular cinematic experience through richly detailed animation and imaginative environmental design. From dense forests and crystal-clear rivers to towering cliffs, hidden caves, ancient temples, and breathtaking coastal landscapes, every location has been created to feel unique and memorable. The attention to environmental detail helps transform the island into one of the film's most important characters, giving it a personality and identity of its own. The emotional foundation of the movie is built around themes of courage, friendship, trust, responsibility, and personal growth. As the adventure becomes increasingly challenging, the characters are forced to make difficult decisions, overcome personal fears, and learn to depend on one another. Their emotional development becomes just as significant as the external adventure, ensuring that the story remains meaningful even beyond its spectacular visuals and exciting action sequences. Another defining aspect of the movie is its strong sense of mystery. The island's history, its forgotten inhabitants, the origins of its legends, and the truth behind its hidden locations are revealed gradually rather than all at once. This slow unfolding of information creates suspense and encourages viewers to remain emotionally invested until the very end. Every clue adds another layer to the story, making the island feel ancient, mysterious, and full of untold history. Overall, Forgotten Island 2026 offers much more than a traditional animated adventure. It combines imaginative world-building, emotional storytelling, mystery, exploration, and visually stunning animation into a cinematic experience that celebrates curiosity and discovery. By blending exciting adventure with meaningful character development and a richly imagined setting, the movie aims to deliver an unforgettable journey that appeals to audiences of all ages and leaves them with a lasting sense of wonder long after the credits roll. Forgotten Island 2026 is officially scheduled to be released in theaters on September 25, 2026. The film will have an exclusive theatrical release, giving audiences the opportunity to experience its breathtaking animation, magical world, and emotional adventure on the big screen before it arrives on digital and streaming platforms. The release date places the movie in the fall movie season, a period when many major family and animated films are launched. This timing allows the film to attract families, animation fans, and general audiences looking for a new original adventure after the busy summer blockbuster season. It also gives the movie enough space to build positive word of mouth if audiences connect with its story and emotional themes. The choice of a late September release is also significant because Forgotten Island is an original animated film rather than a sequel or remake. Releasing it during this period gives DreamWorks Animation an opportunity to introduce a completely new fantasy world to audiences without being overshadowed by too many competing family releases. The studio is clearly positioning the movie as one of its major animated events of 2026, hoping that viewers will embrace its fresh story, memorable characters, and beautiful world inspired by Philippine mythology. Following its theatrical run, the movie is expected to move through Universal Pictures' standard distribution window, eventually becoming available on digital platforms and later on streaming services. However, the filmmakers have designed Forgotten Island primarily as a cinematic experience, with its large-scale visuals, colorful animation, and immersive fantasy landscapes, intended to be enjoyed on the biggest screen possible. As the release date approaches, audiences can also expect additional promotional material, including new trailers, character posters, interviews with the cast and filmmakers, behind-the-scenes featurettes, and special premiere events. These marketing activities are designed to build excitement and introduce more of the movie's magical world without revealing its biggest surprises. By the time September 25, 2026 arrives, Forgotten Island is expected to be one of DreamWorks Animation's most talked about original releases of the year, making it a highly anticipated theatrical event for animation lovers around the world. As of now, the official runtime of Forgotten Island 2026 has not yet been announced by DreamWorks Animation or Universal Pictures. Since the movie is still awaiting its theatrical release, the studio has chosen not to reveal its exact running time. This is common for major animated films, as the final edit is often completed only a few months before release, and the official runtime is confirmed closer to the premiere. Although there is no confirmed duration yet, most modern DreamWorks animated feature films typically run between 90 and 110 minutes. This length gives filmmakers enough time to introduce the main characters, develop the story, explore the movie's fantasy world, build emotional connections, include exciting action sequences, and deliver a satisfying conclusion without making the film feel too long for family audiences. However, until DreamWorks officially announces the final runtime, any specific number should be considered speculation rather than confirmed information. The runtime of an animated adventure is particularly important because it determines how much time the filmmakers have to develop the movie's world and its characters. In a film like Forgotten Island, which features a mysterious island, ancient legends, magical locations, and an adventurous journey, the running time must be carefully balanced. The opening portion of the movie needs enough time to introduce the characters and establish the mystery. The middle section expands the adventure with new discoveries and challenges, while the final act brings the emotional and dramatic storylines to a powerful conclusion. A well-balanced runtime also helps maintain the movie's pacing. If a film is too short, important character development and world-building may feel rushed. On the other hand, if it becomes unnecessarily long, the story may lose momentum. For this reason, animation studios spend months refining the final edit, carefully adjusting scenes, dialogue, action sequences, and emotional moments to ensure that every minute contributes meaningfully to the overall experience. Another reason the official runtime is announced later in production is that animated movies continue to evolve throughout post-production. Editors, directors, writers, composers, and producers work together to fine-tune the film by shortening certain scenes, extending emotional moments, improving transitions, and ensuring that the story flows naturally from beginning to end. These adjustments often affect the final running time, which is why studios usually wait until the movie is fully completed before confirming its exact duration. Once DreamWorks releases the official runtime, it will appear in the film's press materials, theatrical listings, and ticket booking platforms. Until then, the only confirmed information is that Forgotten Island 2026 does not yet have an officially announced runtime. Audiences can expect that detail to be revealed closer to the film's theatrical release. As part of the studio's final promotional campaign, the production of Forgotten Island 2026 is led by DreamWorks Animation, one of the world's most successful and influential animation studios. Since its founding in 1994, DreamWorks Animation has built a reputation for creating visually spectacular, emotionally engaging, and commercially successful animated films that appeal to audiences of all ages. Over the years, the studio has produced some of the most beloved animated franchises in cinema history, including Shrek, Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, The Croods, Trolls, The Boss Baby, and Puss in Boots. These films have collectively earned billions of dollars worldwide while establishing DreamWorks as one of the leading names in modern animation. For Forgotten Island, DreamWorks is once again focusing on an original story rather than relying on an existing sequel or franchise. This reflects the studio's continued commitment to developing fresh ideas, introducing new worlds, and creating memorable characters that audiences have never seen before. Original animated films present unique creative challenges because every location, creature, culture, and storyline must be developed entirely from scratch. The production team must build the movie's universe piece by piece, allowing viewers to experience a completely new fantasy adventure without depending on previously established characters or settings. The film is being distributed worldwide by Universal Pictures, which has served as DreamWorks Animation's distribution partner since 2016. While DreamWorks Animation is responsible for developing and producing the movie, Universal Pictures manages its global theatrical release, international marketing campaigns, promotional events, and worldwide distribution strategy. This partnership ensures that Forgotten Island reaches audiences across North America, Europe, Asia, Latin America, and many other international markets through a coordinated global release. Creating an animated feature of this scale requires the collaboration of hundreds of highly skilled professionals working across multiple creative departments: character designers, storyboard artists, concept painters, environment artists, modelers, animators, lighting specialists, visual effects teams, editors, composers, sound designers, and voice directors all contribute to transforming the original concept into a finished motion picture. Every scene passes through numerous stages of development before reaching the final version that audiences see on screen. One of DreamWorks Animation's greatest strengths is its ability to combine advanced computer animation technology with emotionally driven storytelling. Rather than focusing solely on visual spectacle, the studio consistently emphasizes character development, meaningful relationships, humor, adventure, and universal themes that resonate with audiences of different ages and cultures. Forgotten Island continues this tradition by pairing breathtaking animated environments with an emotionally engaging adventure centered on exploration, courage, and discovery. Another important aspect of the production is the studio's commitment to artistic innovation. Every new DreamWorks project introduces fresh visual techniques, improved animation technology, and more sophisticated environmental design. For Forgotten Island, the creative team has the opportunity to build an entirely original fantasy world inspired by rich, natural landscapes and cultural mythology. This allows artists to experiment with unique architecture, vibrant ecosystems, imaginative creatures, and cinematic lighting that distinguish the movie from previous DreamWorks productions. The production process itself extends over several years. Long before audiences see the finished movie, the project moves through concept development, screenplay writing, storyboarding, character design, animation, voice recording, music composition, editing, visual effects, and final post-production. Each stage requires careful coordination between multiple departments, ensuring that every creative decision contributes to the film's overall artistic vision. Ultimately, DreamWorks Animation serves as the creative force behind Forgotten Island 2026. Bringing together world-class artists, filmmakers, and storytellers to create an ambitious new animated adventure. Supported by Universal Pictures for worldwide distribution, the studio aims to deliver a visually stunning, emotionally rich, and unforgettable cinematic experience that continues DreamWorks' long tradition of producing high-quality animated films for audiences around the globe. The creative vision of Forgotten Island 2026 is led by Joel Crawford, an accomplished animation filmmaker who serves as the movie's director. In an animated feature, the director is the person responsible for shaping the entire creative experience. Every major artistic decision, from the storytelling and visual style to the character's emotions, camera movement, pacing, and overall atmosphere, is guided by the director's vision. While hundreds of artists contribute to the film, it is the director who ensures that every department works together to create one unified and memorable cinematic journey. Joel Crawford has become one of DreamWorks Animation's most respected directors because of his ability to combine spectacular adventure with heartfelt storytelling. Before directing major feature films, he spent many years working in different creative roles within the animation industry, gaining valuable experience in story development, visual storytelling, and production. This broad background helped him understand every stage of animated filmmaking, allowing him to lead large creative teams with confidence and precision. Crawford first gained widespread recognition after directing The Croods: A New Age 2020. The film was praised for its colorful animation, energetic storytelling, humor, and strong emotional moments centered on family relationships. Audiences appreciated the way he balanced exciting adventure with meaningful character development, proving that animated films could entertain viewers of all ages while still delivering emotional depth. He further strengthened his reputation with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish 2022, which became one of DreamWorks Animation's biggest critical successes in recent years. The movie was celebrated for its breathtaking visual style, creative action sequences, emotional storytelling, and memorable characters. Critics praised Joel Crawford for introducing a fresh artistic direction that combined fairy tale inspiration with modern animation techniques, creating a film that felt visually unique while remaining emotionally engaging. The success of that movie established him as one of the studio's leading creative voices. For Forgotten Island, Joel Crawford brings that same passion for imaginative storytelling to an entirely original fantasy adventure. Directing an original film presents a different challenge from working on an existing franchise, because every character, every environment, every culture, and every visual element must be created from the ground up. Crawford's responsibility is not simply to tell a story, but to build an entirely new cinematic world that audiences will believe in and emotionally connect with. One of Joel Crawford's greatest strengths as a director is his focus on character-driven storytelling. Even when the adventure becomes large in scale and visually spectacular, he keeps the emotional journey of the characters at the center of the narrative. Rather than allowing action to dominate the movie, he ensures that every exciting sequence also serves an emotional purpose by helping the characters grow, learn, and strengthen their relationships. Another defining feature of his directing style is his attention to visual storytelling. He believes that animation should communicate emotions not only through dialogue, but also through facial expressions, lighting, color palettes, camera composition, movement, and environmental design. This cinematic approach allows viewers to understand what characters are feeling, even during quiet moments, without unnecessary exposition. As the director, Crawford also works closely with storyboard artists, animators, production designers, composers, editors, cinematographers, and voice actors throughout every stage of production. He reviews scenes repeatedly, refining performances, adjusting pacing, improving visual composition, and ensuring that every sequence supports the overall emotional journey of the film. This collaborative process continues from the earliest concept art until the final completed frame. Ultimately, Joel Crawford serves as the creative architect of Forgotten Island 2028. His experience with emotionally engaging animated adventures, visually innovative filmmaking, and character-focused storytelling makes him an excellent choice to lead this ambitious project. Under his direction, Forgotten Island aims to deliver not only breathtaking animation and thrilling exploration, but also a heartfelt story that audiences will remember long after the adventure comes to an end. The screenplay for Forgotten Island 2026 is written by Januel Mercado, who also serves as one of the film's directors. As the screenwriter, Mercado is responsible for transforming the movie's original concept into a complete cinematic story. Every important part of the film, including the plot, dialogue, characters, emotional moments, pacing, and scene progression, begins with the screenplay. Before the animators create a single frame or the voice actors record their performances, the entire movie first exists as a carefully crafted script that serves as the blueprint for every department involved in production. Writing the screenplay for an original animated fantasy is a particularly challenging task because there is no existing movie to follow, unlike adaptations based on novels or sequels that continue an established story. Forgotten Island introduces an entirely new world with its own mythology, locations, cultures, and characters. This means the screenwriter must create everything from the ground up, ensuring that the fictional universe feels believable, emotionally engaging, and internally consistent. Every location, every conversation, and every major event must contribute naturally to the audience's understanding of this new world. One of the screenplay's most important responsibilities is introducing the mysterious island in a way that feels exciting without overwhelming the audience. Instead of explaining every secret immediately, the script gradually reveals information through the characters' experiences as they explore unfamiliar landscapes, discover hidden places, and encounter unexpected challenges. Viewers learn about the island alongside them. This storytelling approach keeps the mystery alive while allowing curiosity to grow. Throughout the adventure, character development is another essential strength of the screenplay. Every major character is given individual motivations, strengths, weaknesses, and emotional conflicts that influence the story. Rather than existing simply to move the plot forward, each character contributes a unique perspective to the adventure. Through their choices, relationships, and personal growth, the screenplay creates emotional connections that make the audience care about their journey from beginning to end. Dialogue also plays a crucial role in shaping the movie's personality. In an animated adventure, conversations must accomplish several objectives at once. They reveal character personalities, advance the plot, explain important information, create humor, build emotional relationships, and maintain the rhythm of the story. The screenplay carefully balances these elements so that the dialogue feels natural while supporting both the emotional and adventurous aspects of the film. Another important aspect of the screenplay is its pacing. A successful adventure film constantly balances moments of discovery, suspense, emotion, humor, action, and quiet reflection. If the story moves too quickly, audiences may struggle to connect with the characters. If it moves too slowly, the excitement may fade. The screenplay carefully structures these different types of scenes, allowing each emotional moment to have its impact before leading naturally into the next stage of the adventure. Because Forgotten Island explores themes of mystery and exploration, the screenplay also relies heavily on visual storytelling. Rather than explaining everything through dialogue, many important details are revealed through the environment itself. Ancient ruins, mysterious symbols, hidden pathways, unusual creatures, and breathtaking landscapes all become part of the storytelling process. This allows audiences to experience the excitement of discovery alongside the characters while making the fictional world feel more immersive and believable. The screenplay also establishes the emotional heart of the movie by exploring universal themes such as courage, friendship, trust, family, perseverance, and self-discovery. Although the setting is filled with fantasy and adventure, the emotions experienced by the characters remain relatable to audiences of all ages. This emotional authenticity helps transform the movie from a simple adventure into a meaningful cinematic experience. Ultimately, the screenplay of Forgotten Island 2026 provides the foundation upon which the entire film is built through thoughtful storytelling, carefully developed characters, engaging dialogue, balanced pacing, and imaginative world-building. Januel Mercado creates a story that combines mystery, adventure, humor, and heartfelt emotion into one unforgettable animated journey. His writing ensures that every scene contributes to a larger narrative, giving audiences an exciting adventure, while also delivering a story with lasting emotional impact. The producer of Forgotten Island 2026 is Mark Swift, an Academy Award-nominated filmmaker and one of DreamWorks Animation's most experienced producers. He is widely recognized for his ability to manage ambitious animated productions that combine spectacular visuals with emotionally engaging storytelling. As the producer, Mark Swift is responsible for overseeing the entire filmmaking process, ensuring that the project moves smoothly from its earliest concept to the finished movie that audiences see in theaters. In animation, the producer plays a much larger role than many people realize. While the directors focus on the creative vision of the story, the producer supervises the overall production, coordinating hundreds of artists, animators, designers, technical specialists, editors, composers, and other departments. He helps manage the production schedule, oversees the budget, solves creative and technical challenges, and makes sure that every department works together efficiently. For a large-scale animated film like Forgotten Island, this level of coordination is essential because the movie takes several years to complete and involves thousands of individual production tasks. Mark Swift has spent many years at DreamWorks Animation, contributing to some of the studio's most successful films. His long experience has given him a deep understanding of every stage of animated filmmaking, from early concept development and screenplay planning to animation, voice recording, post-production, and worldwide release. Because of this experience, he has earned a reputation for helping creative teams turn ambitious ideas into polished, high-quality feature films. One of Mark Swift's most celebrated achievements was producing Puss in Boots: The Last Wish 2022, alongside directors Joel Crawford and Januel Mercado. That film received widespread critical acclaim for its emotional storytelling, innovative visual style, memorable characters, and creative action sequences. It also earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Animated Feature, further establishing Swift as one of the leading producers in modern animation. The success of that collaboration made him a natural choice to produce Forgotten Island, where he once again works with the same directing team. By incorporating these influences into an original fantasy adventure, the filmmakers hope to introduce viewers around the world to stories, legends, and artistic traditions that have rarely been explored in mainstream animated cinema. The movie was also created to remind audiences that curiosity and exploration remain powerful human qualities. Instead of focusing only on action or comedy, Forgotten Island encourages viewers to embrace the excitement of discovering the unknown. As the characters journey into an unfamiliar world, They learn that every mystery solved leads to another question, and every challenge becomes an opportunity for personal growth. This sense of exploration is intended to inspire audiences to stay curious, open-minded, and willing to step beyond their comfort zones. Another major goal of the film is to tell an emotionally meaningful story that families can enjoy together, while younger viewers can appreciate the colorful animation, imaginative creatures, and exciting adventure. Older audiences can connect with the deeper emotional themes of friendship, trust, responsibility, courage, and self-discovery by combining thrilling entertainment with heartfelt storytelling. The filmmakers aim to create a movie that resonates across different generations rather than appealing to only one age group. The film also reflects DreamWorks Animation's desire to continue pushing the creative boundaries of modern animation. Every original project allows artists to experiment with new visual styles, environmental designs, lighting techniques, and world-building concepts. Forgotten Island provides an opportunity to create a visually distinctive fantasy world filled with breathtaking landscapes, mysterious ancient locations, and unforgettable creatures, giving both artists and audiences something entirely new to experience. Another reason behind the movie is to celebrate the importance of protecting nature and respecting the world around us. By setting the adventure on a mysterious island surrounded by extraordinary natural beauty, the story highlights the connection between people and the environment. Without becoming overly preachy, the film encourages viewers to appreciate the value of nature, understand its importance, and recognize that every ecosystem contains wonders worth preserving for future generations. The filmmakers also wanted to create characters who feel relatable despite living in an extraordinary world. Rather than portraying perfect heroes, the story follows individuals who face fear, uncertainty, and difficult decisions. As they overcome these challenges, they gradually discover courage, confidence, and resilience within themselves. This emotional journey reminds audiences that ordinary people are capable of achieving extraordinary things when they work together and refuse to give up. Ultimately, Forgotten Island 2026 was made to deliver much more than an entertaining animated adventure. It was created to introduce a brand new fantasy universe, celebrate cultural inspiration, inspire curiosity, promote meaningful values, showcase the artistry of modern animation, and tell a heartfelt story that families can enjoy together. Through its blend of adventure, mystery, emotion, humor, and imagination, the filmmakers hope to leave audiences not only entertained, but also inspired long after the journey to the Forgotten Island comes to an end. The inspiration behind Forgotten Island 2026 comes from a unique blend of Philippine mythology, Southeast Asian folklore, island culture, and the universal spirit of adventure. Rather than adapting an existing fairy tale or continuing a popular franchise, the filmmakers set out to create an original fantasy world inspired by the rich traditions, legends, and natural beauty of the Philippines. This creative direction allows the movie to introduce global audiences to a culture and mythology that has rarely been explored in major animated feature films, giving the story a fresh identity that stands apart from traditional Western fantasy. One of the biggest inspirations for the movie is the breathtaking geography of the Philippine archipelago, with more than 7,000 islands, tropical rainforests, volcanic mountains, crystal-clear coastlines, hidden caves, waterfalls, and diverse wildlife. The country provides a natural foundation for an adventure centered on a mysterious island. Instead of copying one real location, the filmmakers drew inspiration from the beauty and atmosphere of these landscapes to create a fictional island that feels magical while still reflecting the wonders of the real world. Philippine folklore also plays a major role in shaping the movie's creative vision. For centuries, stories have been passed down about mystical creatures, enchanted forests, ancient spirits, hidden kingdoms, and legendary guardians who protect nature. These traditional tales inspired many of the magical elements found throughout Forgotten Island. Rather than retelling a single legend, the filmmakers combined different mythological influences to build an original fantasy universe that respects its cultural roots while presenting a completely new cinematic adventure. Another important source of inspiration is the timeless human desire to explore the unknown. Throughout history, people have dreamed about discovering lost civilizations, hidden islands, forgotten treasures, and mysterious places that exist beyond ordinary maps. Forgotten Island captures this universal fascination with exploration by asking a simple but powerful question. What if there were still places in the world waiting to be discovered? This idea encourages audiences to experience the same excitement, curiosity, and sense of wonder as the characters embarking on their extraordinary journey. Nature itself serves as another major inspiration behind the film. The island is portrayed not merely as a backdrop for adventure but as a living world filled with vibrant ecosystems, rare plants, magnificent animals, and breathtaking landscapes. The filmmakers wanted nature to feel alive, powerful, and deeply connected to the story, reminding audiences that the natural world holds mysteries and beauty that deserve admiration and protection. This approach gives the environment an important role in the narrative rather than treating it as simple scenery. The movie is also inspired by classic adventure stories in which ordinary individuals are transformed through extraordinary experiences. Rather than beginning as legendary heroes, the main characters gradually grow stronger as they face unfamiliar challenges, solve mysteries, and overcome personal fears. This coming-of-age element reflects the belief that courage, leadership, and confidence are developed through experience, rather than being qualities people possess from the very beginning. Visually, the filmmakers drew inspiration from traditional Southeast Asian art, tropical colors, handcrafted patterns, and the vibrant atmosphere of island life. The architecture, costumes, landscapes, and environmental details were designed to create a world that feels culturally authentic while remaining imaginative enough to support an epic fantasy adventure. This careful artistic approach helps distinguish Forgotten Island from many other animated films by giving it a visual identity rooted in real cultural influences. The creators were equally inspired by the idea that family entertainment can be both exciting and meaningful. Alongside its spectacular adventure and beautiful animation, the movie explores themes such as friendship, trust, perseverance, curiosity, responsibility, and respect for nature. These universal ideas allow audiences of different ages and backgrounds to connect emotionally with the story, proving that an animated fantasy can offer both entertainment and lasting emotional value. Ultimately, the inspiration behind Forgotten Island 2026 comes from the perfect combination of mythology, culture, natural beauty, exploration, and human imagination. By blending the legends of the Philippines with breathtaking island landscapes, emotional storytelling, and a completely original fantasy world, the filmmakers have created a movie that celebrates discovery, honors cultural heritage, and invites audiences everywhere to believe that some of the greatest adventures may still be waiting just beyond the horizon. One of the greatest strengths of Forgotten Island 2026 is its focus on character growth rather than simply taking viewers on an exciting adventure. Instead of presenting perfect heroes or one-dimensional villains, the film introduces characters who evolve throughout the story. As they face unfamiliar situations, difficult choices, and unexpected dangers, their personalities gradually develop, making the emotional journey just as important as the physical adventure. This character-driven approach allows audiences to connect with the story on a much deeper level. The movie's main protagonist begins as an ordinary individual who is suddenly thrown into an extraordinary situation. At first, the character may feel uncertain, hesitant, or overwhelmed by the mysteries surrounding the island. However, as the adventure unfolds, every challenge becomes an opportunity for personal growth. The character gradually learns to trust instincts, overcome fear, accept responsibility, and make difficult decisions that affect not only personal survival but also the well-being of others. This transformation from uncertainty to confidence forms the emotional core of the film. Another important aspect of the protagonist's personality is curiosity. Rather than avoiding the unknown, the character chooses to explore it. This curiosity drives the story forward, encouraging new discoveries while also creating unexpected problems. The movie suggests that curiosity can be both a strength and a responsibility. It opens the door to knowledge and adventure, but it also requires wisdom, patience, and courage to deal with the consequences of what is discovered. The supporting characters each contribute something unique to the journey. Instead of existing only to accompany the main hero, they possess their own personalities, motivations, fears, and strengths. Some provide emotional support during difficult moments, while others contribute knowledge, practical skills, or different perspectives that help solve problems. Their individual differences create meaningful relationships, occasional disagreements, and moments of personal growth that enrich the overall story. Together, they demonstrate that successful adventures are rarely accomplished by one person alone. The relationships between the characters also evolve naturally throughout the movie. Trust is not established instantly, but develops gradually as they experience hardships together. Misunderstandings, disagreements, and emotional conflicts make these relationships feel realistic, rather than idealized. As the story progresses, mutual respect, friendship, and loyalty become stronger, showing that meaningful relationships are built through shared experiences. Honesty and cooperation. If the movie includes an antagonist or opposing force, that character is likely to represent more than a simple obstacle. Rather than existing purely to create conflict, the antagonist may reflect themes such as greed, fear, the misuse of power, or the consequences of selfish decisions. By contrasting these qualities with the values demonstrated by the protagonists, the film encourages audiences to reflect on the importance of integrity, compassion, and responsibility when facing difficult choices. Another interesting element of the character development is how the mysterious island itself influences the people who enter it. The environment constantly tests their patience, courage, judgment, and emotional resilience. In many ways, the island becomes a silent teacher, forcing each individual to confront personal weaknesses and discover strengths they never realized they possessed. This makes the characters' emotional journeys feel closely connected to the setting rather than separate from it. The movie also emphasizes that real leadership is earned rather than given. As the adventure becomes increasingly dangerous, certain characters naturally step forward to guide others. However, their leadership is shown through empathy, thoughtful decision-making, teamwork, and the willingness to place the group's safety above personal interests. This portrays leadership as a responsibility built on trust instead of authority alone. Perhaps the most compelling aspect of the character analysis is that no one remains exactly the same by the end of the story. Every major experience leaves a lasting impact, changing how the characters think, act, and understand both themselves and the world around them. Their emotional transformation gives the adventure lasting significance, reminding viewers that the greatest journeys are often the ones that change who we are from the inside. Ultimately, the characters in Forgotten Island 2026 are more than participants in a fantasy adventure. They represent courage, curiosity, friendship, resilience, responsibility, and personal growth. Their emotional development transforms the movie from a visually exciting animated spectacle into a meaningful story about discovering not only a forgotten island, but also the hidden strength that exists within every individual. The development of Forgotten Island 2026 began long before the movie was officially announced to the public. Like most major animated features, the project spent several years moving through different stages of planning, creative development, and production before reaching the final animation phase. During the earliest stage of development, the filmmakers focused on one important question: how could they create an original animated adventure that felt fresh, visually unique, and emotionally meaningful while introducing audiences to a completely new fantasy world? This creative goal became the foundation upon which the entire project was built. After the initial concept was approved, the creative team began developing the movie's fictional universe. Since Forgotten Island is an original story rather than an adaptation or sequel, every element had to be created from scratch. Artists, writers, and designers worked together to imagine the mysterious island, its geography, natural landscapes, ancient civilizations, mythology, wildlife, architecture, and visual identity. This early world-building stage is one of the most important parts of animated filmmaking because every future creative decision depends upon establishing a believable and internally consistent universe. As development continued, the screenplay went through multiple revisions. In animation, scripts are rarely completed in a single draft. Instead, writers and directors continually refine the story by improving dialogue, strengthening emotional moments, adjusting pacing, expanding character development, and ensuring that each scene contributes naturally to the overall narrative. Storyboards are then created to visualize every sequence, allowing the filmmakers to review the movie long before full animation begins. This process often leads to additional revisions, helping the creative team perfect the story before moving into production. At the same time, concept artists began designing the movie's visual style. Hundreds of early sketches, digital paintings, color studies, and environmental illustrations were created to determine how the island should look on screen. The artists experimented with different landscapes, forests, coastlines, caves, mountains, ancient ruins, magical locations, and architectural styles until they found a visual direction that matched the adventurous and mysterious atmosphere of the story. Character designers also produced numerous versions of the main characters, refining their appearance, clothing, facial expressions, and personalities before final designs were approved. Once pre-production reached an advanced stage, the project entered full production. During this phase, large teams of animators, modelers, lighting artists, texture specialists, visual effects experts, editors, composers, and sound designers worked together to transform the concept art and storyboards into finished scenes. Every character movement, facial expression, environmental effect, camera angle, and lighting setup was carefully crafted to support the emotional tone of each sequence. Because animated feature films require an extraordinary level of precision, production continued over an extended period, with different departments working simultaneously on various stages of the movie. One of the defining aspects of the production was the filmmakers' commitment to creating a completely original cinematic experience rather than relying on familiar fantasy settings. The creative team drew inspiration from Philippine mythology, folklore, and the natural beauty of Southeast Asia. These influences shaped the movie's environments, magical elements, and overall artistic direction, giving Forgotten Island a distinctive identity within DreamWorks Animation's growing collection of original films. Throughout production, the directors and producer regularly reviewed completed sequences, making adjustments whenever necessary. Animation, voice performances, music, editing, and visual effects were continuously refined to ensure that the movie maintained consistent quality from beginning to end. Even small details, such as lighting, camera movement, background animation, and environmental textures, were carefully polished before being approved for the final version of the film. Post-production represented the final stage of the movie's development. Editors assembled the completed scenes into a seamless narrative, while composers recorded the musical score. Sound designers created immersive audio effects, and visual effects artists finalized the remaining technical elements. Color correction, final rendering, and quality control ensured that every frame met the studio's high artistic standards before the movie was prepared for a worldwide theatrical release. Ultimately, the development and production history of Forgotten Island 2026 reflects years of careful planning, artistic collaboration, and creative innovation. From its earliest concept and world-building stages to screenplay refinement, visual design, animation, and post-production, the film was developed through the combined efforts of hundreds of talented professionals. Their shared goal was not simply to create another animated adventure, but to introduce audiences to an entirely new fantasy world filled with mystery, imagination, emotional storytelling, and unforgettable cinematic experiences. Unlike live-action films that are shot in real cities, forests, or remote islands, Forgotten Island 2026 is a CG animated feature, which means it does not have traditional filming locations. Instead of actors performing in front of cameras on location, the entire movie is created inside animation studios using advanced computer graphics, digital environments, motion planning, lighting, and visual effects. Every beach, jungle, mountain, cave, waterfall, and ancient structure seen in the film is digitally designed and built by artists, rather than photographed in the real world. The primary production work for Forgotten Island takes place at DreamWorks Animation's production facilities in Glendale, California, USA, where the creative team develops every aspect of the movie. Although the movie is not physically filmed on a real island, its environments are heavily inspired by the breathtaking natural beauty of the Philippines. The filmmakers studied tropical coastlines, lush rainforests, volcanic mountains, crystal-clear lagoons, limestone cliffs, hidden caves, coral reefs, and traditional island villages to create a fictional world that feels both magical and believable. Instead of copying one specific location, the artists blended inspiration from various landscapes to build an original fantasy island with its own unique identity. This includes storyboarding, concept art, character design, animation, lighting, visual effects, editing, and final rendering. Hundreds of artists, animators, technical directors, and designers collaborate over several years to transform the screenplay into a fully realized animated adventure. Although the movie is not physically filmed on a real island, its environments are heavily inspired by the breathtaking natural beauty of the Philippines. The filmmakers studied tropical coastlines, lush rainforests, volcanic mountains, crystal-clear lagoons, limestone cliffs, hidden caves, coral reefs, and traditional island villages to create a fictional world that feels both magical and believable. Instead of copying one specific location, the artists blended inspiration from various landscapes to build an original fantasy island with its own unique identity. Every location featured in the movie begins as concept artwork. Environment artists produce hundreds of sketches and digital paintings to determine how each area should look before three-dimensional models are created. Once the visual direction is approved, modelers build the landscapes digitally, adding realistic terrain, vegetation, rivers, waterfalls, ancient ruins, rock formations, and countless environmental details. This process allows the filmmakers to create locations that would be impossible to construct or access in the real world. Lighting plays a crucial role in making these digital environments feel alive. Cinematic lighting artists recreate sunrise, sunset, moonlight, tropical storms, fog, reflections, shadows, and seasonal changes entirely inside the computer. Every beam of light is carefully adjusted to support the emotional atmosphere of each scene. Peaceful moments are enhanced with warm, natural lighting, while mysterious or dangerous sequences use darker tones and dramatic contrast to increase tension. The movie also features a wide variety of unique environments rather than a single setting. Throughout the adventure, viewers travel across dense jungles, hidden valleys, ancient temples, underground caverns, coastal cliffs, forgotten settlements, magical forests, and spectacular ocean landscapes. Each location has its own visual style, color palette, architecture, and atmosphere, helping the audience feel that the island is a vast world, filled with history and undiscovered secrets. Another fascinating aspect of the production is the extraordinary attention to environmental detail. Artists carefully design every tree, flower, rock, stream, pathway, and building to make the island appear authentic. Small background elements, such as tropical plants, weathered statues, ancient carvings, and wildlife, help tell the story visually without relying on dialogue. These details make the island feel like a living ecosystem rather than simply a backdrop for the character's adventure. Because the movie is fully computer animated, the filmmakers have complete creative freedom over every camera movement and every location. They can fly through forests, dive beneath the ocean, move across towering mountains, or travel inside ancient ruins without the physical limitations that exist during live-action filmmaking. This freedom allows the film to create breathtaking cinematic moments while maintaining a consistent visual style throughout the adventure. Ultimately, the filming locations of Forgotten Island 2026 exist inside the imagination of its filmmakers and the digital workstations of DreamWorks Animation, inspired by the natural beauty and mythology of the Philippines but brought to life through world-class computer animation. These handcrafted digital environments become one of the movie's greatest achievements, creating a magical island that feels both fantastical and surprisingly real. The making of Forgotten Island 2026 is the result of years of collaboration between hundreds of artists, animators, writers, designers, technicians, and filmmakers working together behind the scenes. While audiences eventually see a seamless animated adventure on screen, every second of the movie is created through an incredibly detailed production process that requires careful planning, creativity, and technical precision. From the earliest concept sketches to the final rendered frame, thousands of individual decisions are made before the movie reaches theaters. One of the most interesting behind-the-scenes facts is that every major animated sequence begins as a collection of rough storyboard drawings, rather than finished animation. Before a single character is animated, artists sketch every important scene, camera angle, and character movement to visualize how the story will unfold. These storyboards allow the directors to review the movie's pacing, emotional flow, and visual storytelling long before the animation process begins. Many scenes are revised multiple times during this stage until the filmmakers are completely satisfied with the storytelling. Character creation is another fascinating part of the production. Instead of designing each character only once, the artists typically create dozens of different versions before selecting the final appearance. Hairstyles, clothing, facial features, colors, expressions, and body proportions are continuously refined to ensure that every character not only looks visually appealing, but also reflects their personality and role within the story. Even small design changes can significantly influence how audiences emotionally connect with a character. The environments featured throughout Forgotten Island also require extraordinary attention to detail. Rather than creating simple backgrounds, environment artists build highly detailed digital worlds filled with tropical vegetation, ancient architecture, rock formations, waterfalls, beaches, forests, caves, and countless natural elements. Many background objects that appear on screen for only a few seconds are individually modeled and textured, demonstrating the remarkable craftsmanship invested in every location throughout the movie. Another impressive aspect of the production is the amount of research conducted before animation begins. because the story draws inspiration from Philippine mythology and island landscapes. The creative team studied cultural traditions, natural environments, architecture, tropical ecosystems, folklore, and artistic influences to ensure that the movie's fantasy world felt authentic while remaining original. This research helped shape everything from environmental design and costumes to visual motifs and storytelling details. Voice recording is also a highly collaborative process. Rather than simply reading dialogue, voice actors work closely with the directors to capture the emotional tone of each scene. Multiple versions of important conversations are often recorded so the filmmakers can select the performances that best match the characters' personalities and emotional journeys. In many cases, the animation itself is later adjusted to match the actors' facial expressions, timing, and vocal performances more. Naturally, lighting and visual effects play a major role behind the scenes as well. After the characters and environments have been animated, specialized artists spend months creating realistic lighting, reflections, shadows, weather effects, ocean movement, atmospheric fog, and other visual enhancements. These final touches dramatically improve the realism and cinematic quality of the movie, transforming simple digital models into a vibrant fantasy world filled with depth and atmosphere. One lesser-known fact about animated filmmaking is that even very short scenes can require weeks of work. A sequence lasting only a few seconds may involve numerous departments working together, including modeling, rigging, animation, simulation, lighting, effects, rendering, compositing, editing, and sound design. Every frame passes through multiple stages of review before it is approved for the final version of the movie, ensuring that the finished film meets the studio's high artistic standards. Music also develops alongside the animation rather than being added only at the very end. Composers, directors, and editors collaborate closely to ensure that the musical score supports the emotional rhythm of each scene. Different themes are created for moments of mystery, adventure, suspense, humor, and emotional reflection, allowing the music to become an essential storytelling tool rather than simply background entertainment. Ultimately, the behind-the-scenes story of Forgotten Island 2026 is one of extraordinary teamwork, creativity, and dedication. Years of artistic development, cultural research, technical innovation, and collaborative filmmaking come together to create a single animated feature that audiences experience in just a couple of hours. Understanding the enormous effort invested behind every character, every environment, and every scene gives viewers an even greater appreciation for the craftsmanship that brings this magical adventure to life. The official trailer for Forgotten Island 2026 is carefully designed to introduce audiences to the movie's magical world while keeping its biggest mysteries hidden. Instead of revealing the entire plot, the trailer focuses on creating curiosity, excitement, and emotional anticipation. Every sequence is arranged to give viewers just enough information to understand the tone of the film without spoiling the major twists that await in the full movie. This approach allows the trailer to function not only as a promotional video but also as the audience's very first journey into the mysterious world of Forgotten Island. The trailer opens with calm and visually stunning scenes that immediately establish a sense of wonder. Peaceful ocean views, tropical islands, colorful skies, and breathtaking natural landscapes create a relaxing atmosphere before the adventure begins. These opening moments encourage viewers to admire the beauty of the environment while quietly suggesting that something extraordinary lies hidden beneath its peaceful appearance. The slow beginning creates a strong contrast with the exciting events that follow later in the trailer. As the trailer progresses, audiences receive their first glimpse of the mysterious island itself. Instead of presenting it as an ordinary tropical paradise, the movie reveals an isolated world filled with ancient ruins, dense jungles, hidden caves, towering cliffs, forgotten temples, and magical environments unlike anything found in the modern world. These brief visual moments immediately communicate that the island holds secrets waiting to be discovered. Rather than explaining those mysteries directly, the trailer allows the environments themselves to spark the audience's imagination. The middle section of the trailer introduces the central adventure. Short scenes show the main character stepping into unfamiliar territory, exploring dangerous locations, solving mysterious clues, and encountering unexpected challenges. The editing gradually increases in speed, creating a growing sense of excitement as the journey becomes more dangerous. However, the trailer carefully avoids revealing the complete sequence of events, allowing the audience to experience the biggest surprises during the actual movie. Another important feature of the trailer is its emphasis on world building. Instead of focusing only on action, it showcases the incredible variety of locations that exist across the island. Viewers briefly see lush forests, waterfalls, hidden passages, ancient architecture, mysterious symbols, breathtaking coastlines, and spectacular natural landscapes. Each environment appears visually distinct, suggesting that every region of the island has its own history, secrets, and identity. This variety helps the world feel much larger than a single isolated location. The trailer also highlights the emotional side of the story. Alongside moments of exploration and danger, audiences witness scenes that emphasize friendship, determination, teamwork, and personal courage. Facial expressions, carefully chosen dialogue, and emotional music hint that the adventure is driven not only by curiosity, but also by meaningful relationships between the characters. These emotional moments help viewers connect with the story before they even know its complete details. Visually, the trailer demonstrates the high-level animation quality achieved by DreamWorks Animation. The character animation appears fluid and expressive, while the environments are filled with remarkable detail. Realistic lighting, atmospheric weather effects, ocean reflections, and vibrant tropical colors. Every frame showcases the filmmaker's commitment to creating a believable fantasy world that feels alive and immersive. Despite being entirely computer-generated, background music plays an equally important role throughout the trailer. It begins with calm, mysterious melodies that create a feeling of exploration and curiosity, before gradually building into a powerful orchestral score as the adventure grows more intense. This steady musical progression mirrors the emotional rhythm of the trailer, helping audiences experience excitement, suspense, hope, and anticipation without revealing the outcome of the story. One of the trailer's greatest strengths is its careful use of mystery. Instead of answering every question, it intentionally leaves many important details unexplained. The true history of the island, the origins of its ancient civilization, the identities of certain characters, and the significance of several mysterious discoveries remain hidden. This encourages audiences to develop their own theories and eagerly await the movie's release to uncover the complete story. The trailer concludes with several breathtaking cinematic moments that showcase the scale of the adventure before ending on a powerful emotional note. Rather than revealing the film's climax, it leaves viewers with a lasting impression of mystery, beauty, excitement, and endless possibilities. Overall, The Forgotten Island 2026 trailer succeeds in introducing the movie's stunning visuals, adventurous spirit, emotional heart, and mysterious atmosphere, while preserving the sense of discovery that makes audiences excited to experience the full journey on the big screen. The official trailer for Forgotten Island 2026 has received a strong and enthusiastic response since its release on Universal Pictures' official YouTube channel. The main trailer has attracted more than 17 million views, along with well over 100,000 likes, showing that the movie has generated significant interest months before its theatrical release. These numbers reflect strong global curiosity about DreamWorks Animation's newest original adventure and indicate that the film has successfully captured the attention of animation fans around the world. One of the biggest reasons behind the trailer's popularity is its fresh and original concept. Many viewers have praised DreamWorks for creating a completely new fantasy world instead of relying on another sequel or remake. The trailer's combination of breathtaking island landscapes, emotional storytelling, magical creatures, and mysterious mythology immediately stood out from many recent animated releases. Audiences appreciated that the film appears to offer a unique adventure built around friendship, discovery, and imagination rather than repeating familiar story formulas. Another aspect that received widespread praise is the movie's visual style. Across YouTube, Reddit, and other social media platforms, many viewers commented on the vibrant animation, cinematic lighting, colorful environments, and expressive character designs. Several fans described the trailer as one of DreamWorks Animation's most visually ambitious projects in recent years, with many comparing its artistic creativity to the studio's acclaimed Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. The trailer also sparked an especially positive reaction from Filipino audiences. Because the movie is inspired by Philippine mythology, folklore, and culture, many viewers expressed excitement about seeing these traditions represented in a major Hollywood animated film. Fans highlighted the inclusion of mythical creatures, cultural references, and Filipino voice actors, describing the movie as an important step toward greater cultural representation in mainstream animation. Many social media users praised DreamWorks for treating these cultural influences with respect while presenting them to a worldwide audience. At the same time, the trailer generated lively discussion among animation enthusiasts regarding its artistic direction. Some viewers were particularly impressed by the film's bold visual experimentation and stylistic choices, while others debated certain animation techniques and creative influences. Although opinions differed on a few artistic decisions, the overwhelming response remained positive, with many agreeing that the movie looked visually distinctive and refreshingly original. Many comments also focused on the emotional relationship between the two main characters. Viewers appreciated that the trailer emphasized friendship, loyalty, and emotional connection alongside fantasy and adventure. Rather than relying entirely on action sequences, the preview suggested that the story would balance spectacular visuals with heartfelt character development. This emotional focus encouraged audiences to become invested in the characters long before the film's release. Animation critics and entertainment websites responded positively as well. Several industry publications praised DreamWorks for continuing to invest in ambitious original stories, and noted that Forgotten Island could become one of the studio's most important animated releases of 2026. Reviewers highlighted the impressive world-building, imaginative premise, and emotionally driven narrative shown in the trailer, suggesting that the movie has the potential to appeal to both children and adults. Overall, the trailer for Forgotten Island 2026 has succeeded in building strong anticipation ahead of the movie's theatrical release. With millions of views, enthusiastic audience reactions, widespread discussion across social media, and praise for its animation, emotional storytelling, and cultural inspiration, the trailer has established the film as one of the most anticipated original animated adventures of 2026. It has not only introduced audiences to a fascinating new fantasy world, but has also created genuine excitement for the unforgettable journey that awaits when the movie finally arrives in theaters. One of the most exciting aspects of Forgotten Island 2026 is the way it combines breathtaking visuals with emotionally meaningful storytelling. Rather than relying on non-stop action, the movie carefully builds a series of memorable moments that each serve a different purpose. Some scenes are designed to create wonder and curiosity, others deliver emotional impact, while several provide thrilling adventure and spectacular animation. Together, these moments form the emotional backbone of the film and make the journey unforgettable. One of the standout sequences is the first arrival on the mysterious island. This scene marks the beginning of the adventure as the characters leave the familiar world behind and step into a place unlike anything they have ever experienced. The combination of towering cliffs, lush tropical forests, crystal clear waters, and ancient ruins immediately creates a powerful sense of mystery. Instead of rushing into action, the filmmakers allow the audience to absorb the beauty and scale of the island, making this first impression one of the movie's most visually stunning moments. Another unforgettable sequence involves the characters' first major discovery deep inside the island. As they explore hidden pathways and forgotten structures, they uncover evidence that the island holds a much richer history than anyone expected. The scene is carefully paced to build suspense, with small clues gradually leading to a larger revelation. Rather than revealing everything at once, the filmmakers encourage viewers to experience the excitement of discovery alongside the characters, making the moment both intellectually engaging and emotionally satisfying. The movie also features several powerful scenes that highlight the importance of teamwork and trust. During moments of danger, the characters must rely on one another instead of acting independently. These sequences are not memorable simply because of the action, but because they demonstrate how the relationships between the characters have evolved. Viewers witness individuals overcoming fear, putting aside differences, and working together to solve seemingly impossible problems. These emotional victories often become just as rewarding as the physical adventure itself. One of the film's most visually impressive moments occurs during a journey through the island's hidden natural wonders. As the characters travel across breathtaking landscapes, audiences are treated to spectacular animation featuring waterfalls, glowing environments, ancient temples, mysterious caves, tropical wildlife, and magical scenery. These scenes showcase the creative talent of the animation team while reinforcing the idea that the island itself is one of the movie's most important characters. The emotional turning point of the story arrives when the main characters are forced to make difficult decisions that test their courage, loyalty, and personal values. Rather than relying solely on exciting action, these scenes focus on internal conflict and emotional growth. The audience watches the characters confront their fears, accept responsibility, and discover strengths they never realized they possessed. These moments give the adventure lasting, emotional weight and help transform the film into more than just a visual spectacle. Another memorable sequence is the movie's climactic confrontation, where the mysteries of the island finally come together. Without revealing unnecessary spoilers, this section combines breathtaking action, emotional storytelling, and stunning visual effects into one of the film's most dramatic moments. Every challenge the characters have faced throughout the journey prepares them for this final test, making the climax feel both exciting and emotionally earned. The conclusion of the movie provides another standout moment by bringing the characters' emotional journeys to a satisfying close. Rather than focusing only on victory, the ending reflects on everything the characters have learned through their adventure. It emphasizes personal growth, friendship, courage, and the lasting impact of their experiences, leaving audiences with a feeling of hope, inspiration, and fulfillment long after the credits begin to roll. Ultimately, the best scenes in Forgotten Island 2026 are memorable because they combine beautiful animation with meaningful storytelling. Every major sequence serves a purpose, whether it is introducing the magical world, revealing ancient mysteries, strengthening character relationships, delivering thrilling adventure, or exploring important emotional themes. Together, these moments create a cinematic experience that is both visually breathtaking and emotionally rewarding, ensuring that viewers remember the journey long after they leave the theater. When discussing the financial side of Forgotten Island 2026, it is important to distinguish between officially confirmed information and online speculation. As of now, DreamWorks Animation has not officially revealed the movie's production budget, although many fans and industry observers have tried to estimate the cost based on the film's large scale and impressive animation. No official budget figure has been announced by DreamWorks or Universal Pictures. Similarly, Forgotten Island has not yet generated any box office revenue because the movie is scheduled for a theatrical release on September 25th, 2026. Since it has not opened in cinemas, its domestic, international, and worldwide box office totals are currently listed as unavailable by major box office tracking websites. The real financial performance of the movie will only begin once audiences start purchasing tickets after its release. Although the official budget remains undisclosed, the movie is clearly one of DreamWorks Animation's most ambitious original projects in recent years. Producing a modern animated feature requires several years of development and involves hundreds of professionals, including writers, directors, storyboard artists, character designers, animators, lighting specialists, visual effects artists, editors, composers, and sound engineers. Every environment, character, visual effect, and animation sequence is created digitally, making large-scale animated films among the most expensive productions in the entertainment industry. Because of this, many analysts believe Forgotten Island represents a significant investment. But until the studio releases official figures, any exact budget number should be treated as an estimate rather than a confirmed fact. Once the movie arrives in theaters, industry analysts will closely monitor several important financial milestones. These include its opening weekend performance, domestic box office, international earnings, and total worldwide gross. These figures will determine how successfully the movie performs against other animated releases of 2026 and whether it becomes one of DreamWorks Animation's biggest original films in recent years. However, theatrical ticket sales are only one part of a movie's overall financial success. After completing its cinema run, Forgotten Island is also expected to earn additional revenue through digital rentals, digital purchases, Blu-ray and DVD sales, streaming licensing agreements, television broadcasting rights, and official merchandise. These additional income sources often contribute significantly to a film's long-term commercial success and continue generating revenue long after its theatrical release has ended. Overall, the current financial status of Forgotten Island 2026 is straightforward. The official production budget has not yet been announced, and the box office collection is currently zero because the movie has not been released. Once the film premieres in theaters, verified financial data, including its production budget, opening weekend earnings, domestic gross, international gross, and worldwide box office collection will become available through official industry reporting services. And with that, we come to the end of our complete breakdown of Forgotten Island 2026. We hope you enjoyed exploring every detail of this exciting animated adventure with us, from its story, characters, production, hidden facts, and behind-the-scenes secrets to everything that makes this movie so special. We truly appreciate you spending your time with Hollybuzz, and we hope this video helped you learn something new about one of the most anticipated animated films of 2026. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and fellow movie lovers, and subscribe to Hollybuzz for more in-depth movie breakdowns, animation updates, hidden details, ending explanations, and behind-the-scenes content. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting our channel. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring the world of cinema, and we'll see you in another amazing movie breakdown here on Hollybuzz. Goodbye and have a wonderful day.